invite your friends, your not so friendly friends, far and near. Tell them to join us. Maiyegun today. Maiyegun is live. Yeah, no, that's just like the ritual, to get you into it. So thank you once again for joining me on another session or segment on Maiyegun's Diary Political, your everyday up-to-date platform when it comes to what is going on in Nigeria, especially. You can actually count on the platform. So thank you to those of you who have been like long time, brethren in the temple of truth. So let's get to it now. The news that is currently trending is that of the released Kirby schoolgirls. So according to them now, they have released all of the kidnapped girls from Kirby school. And like what happened in Deruku, there is no arrest. There is no sort of confrontation. It was more or less like the Tifnumbu's government regime just went straight to the terrorists and said, please give us those people you take. A lot of people asking for them, give them to us, and they just handed them to them, right? So last night, Onanuga, Tifnumbu's special advisor on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, right, was with Charles on Arise, where they were having conversation about the state of security in Nigeria today. Onanuga acted as a security, kind of like a security expert, because he attended the supposed Tifnumbu's security meeting. So expert Onanuga was then briefing us on why the terrorists seem to have the free hand. They are everywhere. Because the reason is because the security officials can't really go to them because the security men, including government, they know these terrorists very well. Now, I want to believe that Onanuga is a textbook, sort of like a definition of what putting the round pegs in the square hole or square pegs in the round holes, right? Which characterized the Tifnumbu's regime as leakers who suddenly have to speak on the state of national security in such a pedestrian way that is, if it was just like funny, like a joke, if it is not as much as embarrassing coming from his mouth. Onanuga told us that Tifnumbu's regime knows these terrorists. Because if he says the security guys knows these terrorists, they know them, they know where they are. Isn't that an indictment on them? Because according to them, according to him, he said the reason why they didn't go there to go and, confront these terrorists was because there are civilians around them. Oh, I don't think I'm going to do justice to what he said, because the way I'm going to be saying it will probably sound much better than what he said exactly. So let's start with that before we go to Gumi. Onanuga defending why the terrorists cannot be cleared out like that, and why the security men couldn't really go and rescue people from their, their custody or so, right? Now listen to this. This is Tifnumbu's special advisor on Twitter, Instagram, as well as a TikTok. He's a 90 years old. No, sorry. He's actually 80 years. No, maybe 70. But listen.
We've heard that people who've taken these students are likely to be bandits who are likely to ask for a ransom payment. Has any such ransom demand been received?
As far as I know, no.
And no indication of who they are?
Well, I said the security people, they know all the bandits
right.
that operate in that axis. They know them. So,
what about their location? Is that known as well?
They know. I don't want to be talking about the way they do their work, but I said they know all the gangsters operating along that route.
So why can't they destroy them before they go and attack these places? I don't understand why they have to come and wait.
Collateral damage. Look, our people are living around where they operate. So you can't just go there. Look, something happened some years ago in, I think, Borno State. Ran. Even in somewhere, I think Sokoto or so, when the military thought they had the right satellite connection or something, and they went to bomb somewhere, only to find out.
Yes, we heard
they bombed the wrong people.
Yeah.
And they need to be very careful that in the course of chasing these bandits, we don't go and bomb innocent Nigerians.
Yeah, but you just said they know where they are.
I said, no, they know where they operate. They know where they operate.
Right. So basically, you don't really have a clue at this stage, and I mean you, not you in particular, but the government in general, about how to deal with this. I mean, that's the way it sounds.
Government has a clue. I said, in the case of Niger, let the school authorities, let them even tell the security people, these are the people missing. So they know they have a picture of what the problem they really want to deal with.
Yeah, but you have a picture. I mean, everybody knows that according to the
according
school,
to the CAN chairman, they said,
more than 300
give us
people have
the
been
names. Give us the names. They don't want to give us the names. Why? What are they hiding?
Yeah, but what about the people who've been reported to have escaped? I mean,
They didn't escape.
No, what I
They
mean
didn't
is
escape from the bandits.
who hid away
They
from
were
them.
not. Nobody took them away.
Right. Okay.
They ran a Tasketa and they ran to their parents.
Right. Okay. The president says he's approved the redeployment of police from VIPs to the protection of sort of threatened sites. Do you know where they're being sent to, those police that are?
No, it's a matter of details for the police authority to work out. What the president was concerned with is basically that in fact, let me give you an example. One day we traveled from Kano to Dutse, about 2 hours on the very good road. Along that stretch, you only saw one police vehicle. So it means from Kano to Dutse, once you leave Kano and you are facing Dutse, most of the areas there are ungoverned. So no security presence, no police, nothing.
Well, the reason I'm asking you that is because, I mean, I'm wondering where they're being sent to, because we're hearing from people.
Many of our, like Eruku, when that incident happened, how many policemen were in Eruku? I think I landed either 3 or 4. So they could do nothing.
Yeah.
Either 3 or 4. So with 3, in fact, and I land they had, out of the 3 or 4, they had only 1 rifle.
That is bizarre. But that's also, that's a problem of the government.
It's a real problem. So whereas you have our policemen, including anti-riot policemen or something, protecting big men in Nigeria, and they are fully armed. Why can't you send them?
Yeah, but you're saying this as though you're suddenly realizing that this is what has been going. I mean, it's been going on for a long time.
It's because, if you want to fight all these crimes, you really need to have number. And we have number. We have policemen, not even enough, but we have number. Let's even deploy them to areas, vulnerable areas where they're most needed. And that's what government is doing. So we have policemen. I read the paper today, I say about 100,000 policemen are guarding VIPs. 100,000, that will make a lot of difference.
Yeah.
If you share them out to vulnerable areas.
Indeed.
Along that axis of Northwest, if you send them there, they will.
Nuisance lele.
I don't know how you possibly feel, right? If I am in a country governed by the clowns like that, talking about national security like is just one random street cobbler being interviewed about the state of the security in Nigeria. This was somebody who sat in a room yesterday with Tifnumbu and others, the police IG, the DSS director, the NIA director, the chief of army staff, the chief of defense staff, some of their ministers on seats. They sat in a room that was supposed to be for security briefing. You need to actually see the image, by the way, but I'll show you that later. He sat through. So what did he hear? What did they tell Tifnumbu? Like, what were the data presented by those security chiefs? Because did you not hear him? He said, from Kano to Dutse, the entire area is ungoverned from somebody who is speaking for president of a country. He is not just a random person. No. He speaks for the president of Nigeria. The one they told you is in charge. Tinubu is in charge. He knows what he's doing. All the military people are briefing him. They are telling him. Now, that's somebody who sat in the same room for God knows how many minutes or how many hours. He was in the room. He had possibly security. They gave him security clearance to sit in that same room where they were briefing Tinubu. That's where you get to know that, electing a clown will not make him, crowning a clown will not make him a king. And it will not turn the, it will not turn the place to palace. It's going to just turn the palace to a circus where you have other clowns, court jesters like this, holding positions that they only got simply because they have tribal connection with the guy who is their boss, not because of any real qualification per se. That person is the mouthpiece, so he is the leader of all the people that speaks for Tinubu. Yeah, that's the guy. Then he's talking about national security, and he just told all of you that truly, if you go from Kano to Duse is in Jigawa. The entire stretch of the road that will take you 2.5 hours is completely ungoverned. What do you think that information means? If the military guys told Tinubu in the room, maybe the right thing to do is to say, do you know that before now, from Kano to Duse is ungoverned stretch. In the last 6 months, the military has increased patrol in that area. Now you can see regular patrols that people they can travel now. Same Olori Burukus that are telling you that Nigeria is safe and you can travel from anywhere to anywhere. He went on TV and he just told you there, Kano to Duse. That's the only one he mentioned though. Probably he heard that from these soldiers. Then he just told us about Teruku. He said, well, like I said before, right, the security men, they know this terrorist very well. The reason why they didn't want to kill them or clear them out before they kidnap the people is collateral damage. What does that even mean? Collateral damage, is it that you don't want to kill the terrorists who are killing people? Or is it that the people they kidnapped, raped, and put in family ways, right? That you call their wives, their captives, that you call their wives. Are those the collateral damage you're talking about? Is there no military tactic? Is there no security kind of like tactic to take out people like this in your training book at all, Abi? No. He said in Eruku that the entire Eruku area, there were only just 3 policemen. That's somebody who is close to the president, only 3 policemen. And out of the 3 policemen, they only have 1 gun. 1 gun to protect, area of the communities exposed to these terrorists. And somebody who is close to the president just told you that. So you see those ones who are speaking grammar, you can handle your own issue. Nigeria is a sovereign country. Nigeria is a blah, blah, blah. Tinubu is kineko. You see, now through these kind of revelations, you get to know what is really going on. Because these guys can contradict themselves in the same video, in the same interview, 10 times without blinking. These are the guys that will lie, if they sit like this, right? And you put maybe 20 microphones in front of them for interview. They will lie to each microphone. Legend Laya Muhammad is the legend in that sense. But they are all like that. They will lie to each different lies. They will tell one lie to this one. It will be different to this. The entire 20 microphones will probably grow with buy one, get one free lies from these guys. And they won't blink. You just need to pay attention to what they are saying. Here you get. There is another person who is also Tinubu's advisor. Yeah, they said that one is SSA on God knows what. He is telling us again in 2025 that it is farmers' others clashes, not what you call Christian genocide and the rest of that. In 2025, one Olori Buruku will look at you and tell you that the killings of people in Nigeria is farmers' others clashes. Yet, now only farmers and his family and his entire community, they are the only ones dying. But yet, in the clash between farmers and others, it's only the farmers that are dying. Then, what do you call it? How do you clash with somebody in your own home? How do you clash with somebody on your own farm if they were not actually trespassing? But criminals like this and being paid heavily to lie to you could do this easily, even if the people from their own communities are being killed by these terrorists. I've seen it happen. They will still come face to face and boldly and tell you it's not what you think. Here you go. Now listen to this where is she? This clown.
I've been reprisal attack. See the book he gave me. The first few lines I will read if you permit me. It says, this is the massacre of 300 people in 2010. It says, and I read, that they came to a neighboring village in Just East local government where they suspected to have been hosted for a few days before the launch of an attack after sending threat letters informing the villagers affected to get ready for their coming of attacks in revenge to the people they lost during 2008 crisis. That's the reprisal. Why are we not asking critical questions about what exactly happened in 2008? How many of their men were killed? And what led to this reprisal attack? We're not asking critical questions. And why would the Reverend now insisted that now it's a genocide against Christians when a lot of people are being killed? Castle rustling is happening, land grabbing is happening. Call it the name it is. We are facing banditry, we are facing terrorist attack, we are facing Fulani militia in those regions. Let's call it the way it is. And don't let us stigmatize and say, no, it's the Christians are being killed. I'm a Christian. And from this book he gave me, from the first few lines, you know this was a reprisal attack. And a reprisal attack is not a calculation, you kill two, I kill two. You can kill two, I kill 200. And that has been ongoing in Plateau State for more than 20 decades.
Isn't it a failure of government? Isn't it a failure of government at all levels? At all levels,
yeah. That we all inherited, that this government inherited, and the state governments also are not doing their own work.
Government is a continuum.
When you look at a statement and you are now trying to stereotype a crisis in a religious dimension without acknowledging other root causes, in every area that you see this crisis across the North Central region, there's something interesting happening. They have mineral resources. Why is it that everywhere you see bandits or terrorists, and we've documented that across the news, they have something? And why is there so much tension in those areas? You're going to Yagba East, Yagba West. And we have also border control issues where, we have a porous border. People are coming in from other countries to attack our people. Why are we not acknowledging those issues?
The case of Kwara State, which falls under your portfolio, for example.
Absolutely.
So the new surge is not a matter of, farmer headers.
It's also part of the...
It is strictly the mineral resources in Kwara State and the terrorists coming from, outside the country.
Outside the country, we have...
Nuisance Lele.
You know what is interesting about all these guys? If you have paid attention, they are actually, talking in the third person. Like they are not in government. They are just concerned people. If a government official is telling you that, you see this issue, this problem, there are so many of this problem. Crisis started in 2008, so they did a reprisal in 2011. Or they killed this, and then it's like if you kill 10, we'll kill 20. If you kill 30, we'll kill 40. You kill this government official telling you that. And then we also have the issue of other people coming into our country to come and kill our people. Government official saying that. Me, I will say it. But when a government official talks to you, it should be telling you that thing you pointed out are being addressed, or they have been addressed. Not a government official, governor, even Tifnumbu and others, coming and telling you as if to say, that was not the reason why they said they wanted the power in the first place. You wanted a job. Nigeria was troubled. Terrorists everywhere. You were all alive. People were killed, kidnapped, communities ransacked. Children were shot from going to their schools. All of this happened. Is that not why you wanted the job? So why are you talking in the third person? Like, okay, you want me to go and stop the people from coming to Nigeria to kill Nigerians. What is the job of your border control? What is the job of your military? What is the job of all these guys who are paid to prevent all of that. What are you doing? What have you done